The teacher called me and said that she'll punish my son for faking seizures. Mrs. Susan called me during work last Monday. Your son is pretending to have seizures. He's disrupting the class with his attention-seeking behavior. I need you to pick him up immediately. I left a client meeting, drove 40 minutes to Lincoln Elementary, found my 8-year-old son Caleb sitting in the nurse's office, confused and exhausted. The nurse looked worried. He had an episode. Lasted about 2 minutes. He's been out of it since. That sounds like a real seizure. Mrs. Susan says he's faking. I've been a nurse for 15 years. That wasn't fake, but I'm not a doctor. Tuesday morning, I kept Caleb home, took him to his pediatrician. She ran basic tests, referred us to a neurologist. First available appointment was 3 weeks away. I called the school, explained the situation, asked them to watch Caleb carefully. On Wednesday, Caleb went back to school. Mrs. Susan called again at noon. He did it again, the fake shaking. I told him to stop. He wouldn't. So I put him in the hallway until he was done. You put my son in the hallway during a medical episode? It wasn't medical. He was perfectly fine after. Even smiled at his friends through the window. Classic attention seeking. That's called post-seizure confusion. Sometimes people seem happy. They're not fully conscious. Don't make excuses for him. I've taught for 20 years. I know fake seizures when I see them. Thursday, no call. I thought things were better. Then Caleb came home with a note. He'd had another episode. Mrs. Susan made him sit in the corner facing the wall for the rest of the day for faking. Friday, I went to the principal. Mr. Jeffries barely looked up from his computer. Mrs. Susan is our most experienced teacher. If she says he's pretending, he probably is. My son needs medical attention during these episodes, not punishment. Have you considered that maybe he needs discipline instead of attention? Kids these days will do anything to get out of work. I left furious. The next Monday, Caleb had a seizure at lunch. The cafeteria monitor called 911. Paramedics came. Mrs. Susan told them it was fake. Don't waste your time. He does this for attention. His mother encourages it. The paramedic ignored her, checked Caleb's vitals, recommended immediate neurological evaluation. This child is showing clear signs of temporal lobe seizures. Tuesday, I pulled Caleb from school, told them he was sick. Really? I was scared. What if he had a serious seizure and Mrs. Susan just left him there? Wednesday, I researched. Found out Mrs. Susan had a history. 3 other parents had complained about her dismissing medical issues. One kid with asthma, another with diabetes, a girl with severe allergies, all dismissed as attention-seeking, all forced to sit out activities as punishment for their conditions. Thursday, the neurologist appointment got moved up. Another family canceled. The doctor did an EEG. Found abnormal brain activity. Classic temporal lobe epilepsy. Probably had it for months, maybe years. Getting worse because it's untreated. I asked for everything in writing. Official diagnosis, treatment plan, the works. Friday, I didn't send Caleb to school. Instead, I went to see the superintendent. Dr. Cross wasn't interested at first. Then I showed her the neurologist's report. This says untreated seizures can cause permanent brain damage. Yes. And Mrs. Susan has been punishing him for having them, making him sit in corners, putting him in hallways, telling paramedics not to treat him. Dr. Cross went pale. She called the district lawyer. He read the report, read my documentation of every incident, every call, every note sent home. This is a massive liability issue. Your son was denied medical care by a teacher who decided she knew better than paramedics. We could lose our license, our insurance, everything. Monday, there was a substitute in Mrs. Hobbs's class. She'd been placed on administrative leave pending investigation. Tuesday, 3 more families came forward. Kids with ADHD called lazy, a boy with dyslexia called stupid, a girl with anxiety told to stop being dramatic, all documented, all ignored by Principal Jeffries. Wednesday, the district held an emergency school board meeting. Full story on channel, link below.